Hello again, my name's Gabe Zolna. You know, I posted MVI 1520. How many veterans commit suicide each day? Question mark. I want to share one of the comments that one of my viewers made, and is it possible that this is why this is happening? He wrote, I was almost a victim of suicide in 1992 when the VA cut me off my 3 times daily Valium intake without, and without in capital letters, detoxing me after 22 years. To add insult to injury, I was kicked out of the mental institution I admitted myself into in Hawaii before 21 days, so the VA would not have to give me 100% disability that would come automatically. P.S. I did get the 100% months later, but I had to write to my congressman, senator, and the House of Representatives for action. Well, he was fortunate that he didn't get back standard form letters, which is what I've received when I've written to some of the senators. But in either case, is this possibly why there's such a high rate of suicide? I think this has to be looked into. The problem is, who's going to look into it? The Department of Justice? Yeah, the Supreme Court? They're both jokes. We no longer have a rule of law. We no longer have an investigative group that benefits to protect the American people. That was made very clear when the FBI didn't bother to investigate, interrogate one of the, 285 organizations that were harmed by the IRS. Not one was spoken to, yet it was determined that there was no foul committed by the IRS. It'd be interesting if there was a true investigative group that could look into the deaths of many of these military veterans that commit suicide, and to determine if in fact they were, such as this contributor was. He was cut off of his meds without any detox. It'd be interesting also to know if the shooter, the new shooter at the Fort Hood, where he killed 4, murdered 4, and wounded, 14, was on psychotropic drugs. I gotta believe we'll never get a copy of the autopsy, the detox, the information based on what was screaming through his body at the time. I gotta believe it was psychotropic drugs. That, and in combination with him possibly being a convert. We'll see. We'll see what the administration tells us. So what do you think? I told you what I think.